Hello, all you lovely people out there. How is everyone doing? I'm Kate Hill and I'm here as always to give you the best property content. So stay tuned today for all your latest property news. In keeping with our recent theme of the Australian rental property crisis, the number of homes available for rent has more than halved from the numbers available just 2 years ago. Domain's rental vacancy rate report shows that the number of vacant rental properties in capital cities dropped a further 5.4% last month to hit new historic national low, which is 54% below what it was in May 2020. The vacancy rate ranged from a critical 0.3% in Adelaide to a still very low 1.6% in Melbourne. Hobart's vacancy rate is just 0.4, Brisbane 0.6, Sydney 1.4. Many people are struggling to find somewhere to live. That rock bottom vacancy rate is making it an incredible struggle for so many people at the moment. Following hot on the heels of that, the rental crisis is not likely to be solved anytime soon, according to finder.com.au and me. They say an increase in rent prices is adding to the already high cost of living, with tenants experiencing a rental increase in the past 12 months. CoreLogic figures for April show that the median weekly rent throughout Australia are 9% higher than they were at the same time last year. Rents in Brisbane are up the highest, with an 11% increase in the past 12 months. For houses, however, SQM research figures show how much higher rental increases, with 3 capital cities up 20% in the past year. Domain say that rents are likely to rise sharply in the coming months as a result of further drops in vacancy rates. The current conditions bolster the likelihood of further rent increases and could see lower vacancy rates remain in the coming months. I'd go further than that and say probably at least 12 to 18 months. Domain says that there are only 19,715 vacancies across our capital city markets at the moment. If you want to get a further insight into why there is this critical rental shortage in Australia, watch some of my other videos. The Reserve Bank of Australia says that housing market conditions have become more varied across the different Australian markets in the past couple of months. And I would agree with them. We are buying for our clients all over Australia, and it is starting to not be exactly the same everywhere. The RBA board says the prices, auction volumes and clearance rates have dropped a little in Sydney and Melbourne, but in most other capital cities and in regional areas, prices are continuing to grow as a result of high demand and a shortage of supply. Growth in advertised rents had also been particularly strong in these parts of the country, consistent with those very low vacancy rates, the RBA says. With the further lifting of the cash rate, it's more important than ever that property investors do their research to secure assets which are going to increase in value to hedge against inflation. Many mum and dad investors have done quite well in the past 2 years, I'll say, with substantial increases in their home equity and their investment property equity, and significant rent increases as a result of these very tight rental markets. While the federal election announcements of new housing policies may impress home buyers, real estate agents in general don't believe that residential property prices will be impacted significantly by what is on offer. Industry experts say that with the election now over, the market is back to a normal routine with plenty of potential buyers turning up to open homes and auctions. The real estate markets most often work on confidence and consumer sentiment, and with the uncertainty of the election out of the way, markets will return to normal. Real estate identity John McGrath expects an increase in listing activity now that the federal election is over. I'm not quite so sure, I must admit. Kate Hill thinks that those increases in the cash rate are going to put some people off selling. Some other experts say that the housing policies announced during the election were boring, but that was not necessarily a bad thing. And really, the more boring they are, the better, because it causes less volatility in our markets and the less interference there is. Now, we will keep you posted on all things property from around Australia as our year progresses. You know this. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video if you are enjoying all my free content, and I will see you again soon. Bye.